of the Mind Flip.
Welcome to Theater of the Mind Flayer, a D&D play podcast set in the homebrewed world of Jekyll. We've got 2 DMs for some reason, which can only mean twice the fun. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your time at
Theater of the Mind Flip.
Hey, yo.
Whoa.
Hey, yo.
Yay.
That's a shout out to Michael's impression last game. Welcome to Theater of the Mind Flayer.
It's better than mine.
I'm Jacob Machin. We have no Caleb Dowdall. But we are here with the usual suspects. Danielle Butlin.
Hello.
Producer Hogan. Luke Sykes.
Hello.
Michael Briganti.
Good morning.
And Hercules Mays.
Yep. Timmy the Tooth. Sorry, Hercules.
Luke's trying out a new thing so he gets out of the habit of swearing,
What's
and he's just shouting old,
Timmy the Tooth.
old young. Timmy the Tooth. That was
this
difficult.
thing gave me freaking nightmares. I don't know if you had it in Australia, but Timmy the Tooth?
No, we did not.
No?
No.
Did you have it here?
I don't remember.
It was a show about like teaching kids to brush your teeth. And the nemesis was like plaque and cavities.
Okay.
It's like
pretty on the nose.
Yeah. Well,
that was
Tooth.
the first live action. This is why I hate live actions, I think, because it's fucking terrifying.
Are they puppets? They look like. Are they puppets? Is it actual puppets?
No, they're like people in costumes.
oh boy, like full sized.
Wait, they have hair?
Like that's
Oh, I thought that was like
Hair coming out of
like another tooth with
crown.
hair on it. No, okay, that's
Fuck that.
but a bow tie.
you imagine?
That's
YouTube
okay.
Timmy the Tooth.
Hairy
And
teeth.
it's gonna mess you up.
Timmy the tooth.
I actually, so I have, players give their, red lights, green lights, their, fears and phobias. I discovered phobias in a couple of them when I described teeth, the idea of teeth being flaccid until you're hungry, then they get hard.
I don't know if that's a phobia, and that's just
They're like,
gross.
but they just... Anyway,
That's what they should have done on the substance.
speaking of horrible bodies, Caleb's not here, so we're going to do a trivia treat.
I love you, Caleb.
Health-wise, not... He's a fit young man.
That's a treat off the floor, that one is.
We roast you too much when you're not here, and then we roast you too much when you're here. All right. What scourge-like weapon terminating in multiple living snake heads do drow priestesses use to punish and torture their inferiors?
Is that a cat of nine tails?
No. It is a whip of sorts. But it's
It is a whip
of
with snake heads. I don't know what it's called.
Spiked whip.
A Medusa stick.
a Medusa stick.
Yeah,
Hit me with your Medusa stick. Hit me. It is a whip of fangs. Which makes sense. Which artist provided the stylish industrial alternative covers for the 2010s era core D&D books?
Hydra 70 is... I always get it wrong. It's either 78 or 76.
It's neither of those.
Fuck.
One more guess. Roll a d6 for me. Let's see what number you get.
I don't know what
72.
the question
Is
was.
that gonna mean? Yeah.
Hydra... It's not 71. 74?
There we go. Hydra 74.
It's a person or a company?
It is an artist, so it'd be like
The artist name.
Jake Machin 37 sort of thing.
Oh, so
Just an artist called.
they got an email account after 2005.
Yeah, and they
Okay.
might have been born in 74, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. Who knows?
Just kept it as their artist name.
Yeah. Sorry, Hydra 74, if you're a fan. We didn't mean to shit on you, but if you haven't noticed, we shit on everyone.
Your books, phenomenal covers.
Your handle, horrible.
You got in early enough. Just go Hydra. Why would you add the 74?
74. What happened to the other 73 Hydras? All right. What type of lawful evil creatures were called Herc knows this one. I actually don't know how to pronounce
Bails
it.
on it halfway through.
Baylor?
How do you say it? Bezetu? Betezu, sorry.
Batazes.
Baatezu in second edition.
Tazu.
It's demons and devils.
Batzu. Is it a goat?
Devils.
Batzu.
Devils were called Batezu. That's why I don't know it, because I don't know my second edition. But yeah, Baatezu in second A&D.
What was the question?
Felled Hopes, Sinister Conviction, and Buying Time are the 3 adventures in which 1995 Forgotten Realms campaign expansion set?
I forgot. the
Sinister
question.
Conviction, Felled Hopes, and Buying Time.
The water deep.
No.
Neverwinter Nights.
No.
That will always be my answer.
The Mines of Moria.
That tiramisu coffee is just hurting
Mines
my
of
throat.
Moria.
Ruins of Zentil Keep.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that one. That famous
Yeah.
one.
These ones are shit today.
Yeah.
Pick
yeah.
a new card. Pick a new card.
Severin Silrajan, a male human from Kalimshan, aspired to make changes to which centuries-old cult in Faerun?
The Tiamat, the cult of Tiamat.
The cult of Baal. The cult of
Bahamut.
The Red Wizards of Thay.
the
Cult,
Vecna.
the cult of the dragon.
Oh,
Wow, you good guess.
just the dragon.
Yeah. When the Lady
Which
of Pain
dragon?
banishes troublemakers from Sigil, where does she send them?
The naughty corner.
To the wall.
They just sit in the corner with a dunce
to
hat on
the
their head.
shadow realm. To the
No.
to the pool
Something
of forgetting.
that happened to you that you
A
hated.
maze? They get banished to a maze?
The mazes, yes.
Mazes.
Oh, Jacob, I'll ask you a question.
Sure.
What is your favorite class to DM?
To play as?
Yeah, no, DM. If you're DMing, what class do you enjoy DMing, and what class do you hate DMing?
As in, like the
What
the
breaks your
players are
game and what
DMing?
helps your game?
Oh, what players DM?
Yeah.
Oh, what players play as?
Yeah.
I have found that your classic, like, I don't mind edgelords anymore because I know how to handle them. So your Gloomstalker, Ranger, Rogue kind of mix it was always like, I get to hit first, I do 2,000 points of damage and the fight's over, and you're like, well, no one else got to play.
That's
Um,
targeted towards me.
No. You. Those of you that do edgelord well. I've got a couple of players that do edgelord really, really well. Like the best kind of balance of edgelord and just not really no main character syndrome. I'm like, how do you do that? I don't think I could do that. But I think the one that gives me the most pause is either artificer or druids in certain circumstances are just a bit of a pain to deal with because of their spell lists and their multiple constructs and multiple things. And I've never had I've had one player who homebrewed a druid that would do. It's Andrew. Homebrewed a druid that did what was kind of like a. Instead of wild shaping into animals, would wild shape into awakened plants, which is really, really cool. But I haven't really come across any other player that has a handle on artificer and druid. So I find myself having to go through and be like, you can do this and that, and this has that, and this is the stat block for that. So I like it when druish players come in and they have their
shit ready to go.
their shit ready. You go to extras, they've got their wild shapes in there.
Yeah.
I think part of that is probably like the functionality of the app as well.
Yeah.
For like,
It's not infallible. Yeah.
well, it would just be. I think it would be helpful if like there's like a button basically you can click if you're a druid class.
There is. You
And,
go
like-
to extras and you
No,
add all
no,
your-
I mean like literally
it
like
gives you the list you can
you
have.
could on like this. You
Yeah.
could be like settings or like go into your conditions. Let's say
Yeah.
wild shape and then select whichever one you are, and it just
There's a-
Available
there's a-
morphs your stats for you.
well,
so
there's-
it's all here. I
there's
reckon
a-
that would be
there's
really
Anything else
cool.
that's not D&D Beyond, they do that.
There's a couple things
Yeah.
like you still need
You have to
separate
pay for
stat
it.
blocks for separate things. But D&D Beyond doesn't do something as simple as you click the rage button and it automatically adds +2 or 3 to your
Yeah.
damage. Like that's
See,
a
that would
simple
be-
coding thing
yeah.
to do. So there's a couple of things that D&D Beyond like still, and I guess that still requires you to be kind of. It's like if a car were fully automatic, then you just be like, I like driving manual cars because it forces you to be like, cool, I am a part of this thing and I am paying attention, as opposed to being like, done, whatever.
I think the artificer class is less on the player because I've looked at it. I wanted to play it. It doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't flow when you're like trying to work out how to build it. It just seems kind of like it wasn't. They had an idea, but there was no purpose behind that idea. It's kind of like flailing in the dark with an artificer. But I love the class, but I wish it would.
An
more-
artificer was an attempt at, well, we want an alchemist and we also want a magotech
Yeah.
kind of thing, and they put it both into one.
Yeah.
But it's the same problem like some people have with the ranger, or I have with the blood hunter. Blood hunter should be a subclass of fighter or ranger,
Yeah.
rather than its own class. And I think artificer and like alchemist, they could be subclasses of something else.
Well, I mean,
Probably a mage.
the artificer in
Nailed it.
2014, there was a Unearthed Arcana that was going to have it be a wizard subclass. It was going to be the School of Invention Wizard.
Okay, I like that. I like
That's
that.
pretty
And
sick.
then
That's cool.
Well, especially because Artificer has existed in previous editions, so I think they were
Yeah.
like, oh, maybe we'll try to do like an Artificery thing with the Wizard. Then they just went, we'll just go full Artificer.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
That was the issue. Anyway, there's your trivia treat.
Cool. There you go.
Thank you,
A
Eric.
little insight into me. That's been this week's episode of Trevor
That's how you yes and Mike.
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 Hit the delay on that last name.
I had to breathe. I ran out of breath. Mike.
Yeah, to do a Matt Bellamy inhale. You know, the lead singer for
Oh, yeah.
fucking Muse, the lead singer
Yes,
for Muse.
that's what it is.
If you
Yeah.
listen to Muse's songs, at the end of each bar or each phrase, he goes. You'll never not hear it now.
Go off mic, Matt.
Yeah,
I love that they choose to keep them in though. Like they could have
yeah.
cut them out.
One other thing, if do any of you get like thrift book adverts on YouTube? Thrift Book is a secondhand book site.
Okay.
Nope.
Great site, great thing. But the ad, it's two people like lying on the ground looking up the stars, and one of them's like, "How many books do you think are up there?" And the line is, "Up in thrift books? Well, this many." But she kind of slurs a little bit. And she's like, "Yeah, up in thrift books," and I can't not hear it anymore.
How many times have you watched this advert?
It comes up every time I watch YouTube. YouTube knows I love books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna all get that now.
Yeah, thrift books.
Sponsor
So
us.
thrifty.
Uh,
I just get the arcade games where it's like the numbers above the things.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Improv game. I keep wanting to play the one from last night because it made me laugh how stressed out we were getting. And I think I did say we'd cross over, so maybe we'll do one more crossover, and then after this we'll
Crisscross
we'll
applesauce.
call it quits. Excellent. So this is going to be
And the great
Hercules Maze and Luke Sykes. Once again, the way this works, this is the great debate from Freedom, then Piss Pigs. We are Piss Pigs, then Freedom Boys Pretzel Gang. I'm going to have
Fuck
an...
it every time. I
it's
don't know
different.
what the fuck
It
he's
feels
saying.
slightly different every time too.
He just does that in a different order.
I'm,
What the fuck you're talking about?
I come up with a word. You two come up with words, and you two have to debate why your words are closer to my word than each other's words. Nice and simple. You get a minute to debate, and then you get 20 minutes to
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
And 20 minutes to rebut. Again, I will say you should rebut the other person's
Initial argument.
initial argument.
Right.
Yes. Excellent. Here we go. I'm going to come up with a word. You guys are going to come up with words. Where are we? Timer. 1 minute. Okay. Beautiful. Hercules Maze.
I chose Petrichor.
Petrichor. Okay.
I chose sour.
Sour.
Yeah.
Your word is piggy.
Oh, okay.
Who would like to go first?
I can go first.
Excellent. Luke, 1 minute. Begin.
Have you ever sucked a piggy? A little piggy. Have you sucked one? Because I tell you now, it doesn't taste sweet. Doesn't have that umami flavor. It does not have that earthiness of a nut. What it has is a slightly sour tinge. Especially if they've been wearing socks all day. I mean, if it's been in a flip-flop, sure, there's some air going through it, but the rubber of the flip-flop also adds a sour tinge. I ask all of you now to take a sock off. Take a sock off. Take a sock off and lift that toe to your mouth.
Michael, will you spot me? I'll spot you.
And if you refuse to do it, then I say you've already proven my point because you know I am telling the truth that toes and piggies are sour.
We're just not flexible.
Excuses is all I'm hearing. I hear nothing but excuses from the audience, and so I rest my case because there is no facts denying my case. I don't want to see the rest of my time because I don't know what the moderator is going to say, so I will...
And that is your time. Hercules Maze. On to you.
Petrichor. The scent of rain falling. Pigs. Famously known for both their odor and sense of smell. Pigs, often used to sniff out truffles, can also be used in some cases to sniff out water. So the smell of petrichor and the rainwater in the ground would be incredibly useful for a little piggy to try to sniff out. Also, petrichor is I had a point.
Favorite part of every debate.
Where did it go?
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, morning.
Sounds like Biden is back on the podium.
Talk until you find it.
Wait, what was I saying?
Piggies. Piggies.
Pigs also love waddling around in mud. Mud.
And that's your
caused by the
time. Thank you
rain.
very much. Okay. Luke,
I love debating for
20-second rebuttal. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
If you haven't sucked a little piggy, well, that means you're bad in bed. So, I beseech everyone to go and suck some little piggies and find out that piggies are sour and explore a little. It's fun. I see the rest of my time.
Well, I just finished. Not so much a rebuttal, more of a...
Doubling down.
I didn't feel like I
Encouraging
needed
your
to-
own points.
when your co-debater says, "I think I had a point," I don't know if I need to work on a rebuttal.
That will work into it. Yeah, okay. Your rebuttal of sucking little tootsies.
Piggies.
Not everybody has a foot fetish, so you cannot necessarily kink shame. But also, you're saying that piggies are more sour. I would debatably say that depending on your partner, they might lean more into the umami range rather than the sour range.
I said they were not umami. Specifically said umami.
That's your time. Thank you very much. Interesting. So I have a few thoughts. First of all, great argument. Once again, halfway through, got the giggles. I'm seeing a pattern here. But a better rebuttal than not actually rebutting.
What did I need to rebut?
Peanut Gallery, what are our thoughts on a little piggy toad or little piggy sniffing for wetness?
Well, I thought that the rain was a nice connection, but it came too little too late, I think.
Where in his argument was the word sour mentioned?
But
That's how I run a debate, presidential debate.
I just walk up and finger on the mouth.
I think there are a lot better points to have made with sour.
Mhm.
I don't know if we really got what we could have
Name
gotten
some.
out of that.
So who would
Well,
you?
I'm not debating
who would your pick be?
Fuck, I feel like it's it's picking shit from the shit, man.
All right, I didn't ask you to comment on people.
What other points did I miss with the sour?
Who would you pick? I'll come back to you, Danielle.
I mean, I think there's a clearer link, to be honest, with our petrichor.
Okay.
Pigs and piggies have a sense of smell. I think the mud thing
A sense
was
of
such
smell
a
is all it takes.
missed opportunity. We could have hit that earlier on.
I think that was the thing I was going to say.
But I think for
We're
me,
introducing new arguments.
what runs at home is the rebuttal was a rebuttal.
Okay.
And
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like the sound of rain, so I'm going with Herc.
Beautiful.
Once
Once again,
bad in bed. Proven.
once again.
Undefeated champion.
Well, hang on. Once again, out of principle, I disagree with Michael, so Luke wins that round.
That's exactly who I wanted to win. Well done, Luke.
Here we go. Danielle.
People's champion.
And Danielle and Michael.
Sour Piggy is my porn name. Also my wrestler name, weirdly.
Excellent. Michael, what word have you come up with?
Creation.
Creation.
I didn't come up with it, but I chose it.
Okay. Danielle.
egg.
Egg creation. Your word
Please be chicken.
is jar of bees.
Jar of bees.
1 minute. Who would like to go first? Jar of
Don't
bees.
look at
Michael, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Michael, jar of bees.
Everything starts from nothing, right? Honey. Where does honey come from? Well, it comes from bees. Who create the honey? Jars. Jars are not just. You don't just pick a jar from the floor or the ground or a store. It's got to be made. It's got to be created by people. So, if we're we're creating the jars, and bees are also, they don't come from nothing. Everything comes from something. This is why I chose creation, because I can just everything comes from something, and a bee comes from Mother Nature or God or the universe. Take your pick on whatever form of creation you choose to believe, but everything starts from nothing whether it's a little spark, little speck of dust, or a little grain of sand that turns into glass, that molds into a jar that holds the bee that comes from
And that's your argument. Thank you very much. Danielle, jar of bees.
Jar of bees.
Egg.
Jar of bees. Bees are one of the planet's great pollinators. They're responsible for keeping our ecosystems flowing, circle of life continuing on this beautiful blue marble. The egg being a symbol of creation and of the circle of life, the continuity of birth and rebirth, the single cell ultimately being an egg. In many ways, a jar of bees is like an egg. It is a container that inside the container holds a vessel for continued life. And without bees, we would potentially see the collapse of our ecosystems around the world and total loss of life on this planet. So we should really protect the pollinators. And perhaps a bee in a jar.
Thank you. That's your time. And perhaps a bee in a jar. Okay, rebuttal. Michael, you have 20 seconds.
I appreciate the point of the egg being, in relation to creation, and I agree with that. But what I don't agree with is that a jar is like an egg. A jar is a completely different made object from a different aspect of the world, and it's human made. It's made from machines, and bees are made from nature. So you cannot. You're putting.
Thank you
bees
very
in.
much.
Bees don't
Michael.
actually belong in jars.
I can't hear the end.
That's my point.
I can't hear the end. I didn't hear the end. I'm sorry. I didn't hear the end of that. I didn't hear the conclusion. Danielle, 20 seconds on the clock. Go for it.
My opponent made some very strong points regarding bees and the connection of bees to creation. Ultimately, I come back to the core element of a single cell or molecule, which is the starting point of
Thank you very much.
Creation.
There we go. Your initial argument felt oddly panicked, like you were grasping ideas out of the air, and then threw in the I picked creation for this reason. A better structured argument, perhaps not as convincing. I'm not too sure. What does the Peanut Gallery think?
I felt like Michael gave himself a softball with creation. I feel like Danny had a bit more of an uphill battle. But I feel like she put in a stronger case for.
Okay, interesting.
I felt like both of them were trying to grasp at bees that escaped a jar.
Okay, who did it better?
I don't think either of them caught one.
So you would say neither.
No one.
Oh.
I think we have a challenger here. Luke, 1 minute on the clock.
I need a word. I need a word. What's my word?
Herc, what word is he connecting to Jar of Bees?
Massage.
Massage, Jar of Bees, go.
Take a jar of bees. Take the lid off. Put it on your back and tell me what do you feel.
Luke wins this round. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been our debate.
I feel like we had the exact same idea, Michael. I was like, eggs. Eggs are the seed of all things, all creation. And then you went straight to creation, and I was like, damn it.
Where was the flowers and the eggs? You had it right there. The bees touch the female eggs on a flower.
Are they eggs?
Touch the female eggs on the
Are
flower.
they eggs?
To an extent.
I guess they are. Damn it, yeah.
What is an egg?
So
Piston,
close.
stamen.
What is an egg, if not creation?
The seed of all creation.
What is an egg if not a jar of bees? Speaking of creation, we're going to create some light entertainment for y'all and play some D&D.
Entertainment.
Leader of the Mind Flip.
In our last session, you guys ended up after leaving Philo and your good friend Overwatch behind. You met Machias Tiborian, the just trapper on a horse, the discount Pokemon trainer. As you made your way into Ebonreach, bought some horses and started to gallop north towards Canticle Bay and Wirran's Vein in order to meet up with Pierre Urup. As you galloped up north, you ended up camping down for the night. And that is where we left off, with you guys getting set up here in the barren wastes of Safirith. I was like, Oyer? No, Severe. As you rest down, is there anything anyone's doing? Aegis has been brought back to the point of the brink of death. He is not he's not dead just yet, but he is about to be at 0 speed, and he's going to stay up tonight. Is anyone else doing anything before you bed down?
I already.
You already got him, yeah. So 4 points of exhaustion, but 5 for him. We're keeping it
Back
at the
to-
steady 5. Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone else snoozing?
Said you're staying up all night, right?
Aye.
Right. Well, I might.
If you trust me, wink. I say the word wink.
When your eyelid hits, it just says wink itself.
Out loud.
Wink, blink, wink. Yeah, anything y'all want to do before you bed down, before we head into Aegis, kind of keeping an eye on y'all?
Is there any a message we should send, or did we already do that? I think we were.
You did organize with, Pierre to meet up.
Someone to Ari saw that he was maybe evil.
Yeah.
What
If not
did
just
he say
hubris.
exactly?
Well, he laughed a lot, which was quite concerning.
Anyone who laughs is evil.
Well, no, it just context felt a little inappropriate. And he said, I'll save some for you, sister.
Now, was that like a sister? Or was that like a...
No, it was like, sister.
Oh, sounds serious.
Right. I don't know what sum he was talking about. Exactly.
Did he mention Queen Banrin at all?
No.
'Cause I don't believe that he would be able to act on this ritual with the fish and whatnot without her being there.
But I mean, he's had the fish. The fish are from Bocht, so there must be something else in 12 Point that he's seeking. He doesn't need to leave Bocht for the fish. So, are there any tales or stories of some sort of source of power or something at 12 Point?
Well, all the towers do different things, but generally they unlock further powers, further research into different powers. They enhance things. So if fish are brought to a tower at 12 Point, if not the 12th tower itself,
Right.
then they can almost be enhanced tenfold, 20-fold. I don't know how much more powerful they can get, but there's definitely
Right.
the tools and the resources in 12 Point to unlock more potential from these magically inclined things.
Right.
If you feel
So there's no other resource maybe that is in Severe that isn't in... What causes the rot? What causes this? Do you know?
Would Azorith know anything about, like, just the rot, the spread of the rot, if it's something that's, like... Yeah, if it's... Yeah, how familiar would he be with it?
Make a history check for me real quick.
14.
It's just been part of life since you were here, without doing too much look into like Oyer and Baron's reign and Severe's kind of history. It's just the rot has always been there. The land's always been pretty blah, as far as you can remember. You would know that there were mines to the north at some point. Deforestation in order to make Oyer bigger. Indeed, as you look at the map there, Aosta Oyer was the original city, and then they had to build the city from the center where the Oyer wording actually is, and it came back out into the old city because it just became way too populated. So Oyer, the city of Oyer, now spreads for miles and miles and miles. That kind of growth, that kind of level of more people here, more people here, more people here, more people here, would have grown over your years being alive. So that would probably be your biggest indication that something to do with like the population growing would be probably why the resources have been tapped. But also the staunch kind of like, no, this is our country, this is our country, this is our country, is why they haven't gotten more resources. No trade agreements.
Tariff wars. Well, this this rot, I don't remember ever hearing it being like, spreading across borders, and it's just always been around. It's the way that Safirith has always been the consumption of power, the wanting to spread of it. It's unfortunate that it's bleeding across into other countries, but I think that was only a matter of time.
Right.
But with the blood of Pierre Roop or something of that nature, so
I mean,
clearly
not
a way to
his-
undo it.
Not his blood.
Well, that's what
Well, no,
Aegis
but
poured out on the tree, and
right.
or whatever you
like,
did times like
his
tenfold.
his, I don't know, his powers, his connection to the earth, maybe. Were the gods from somewhere? Once upon a time.
I don't know. You're the
I don't know, I was just thinking about Sylvanas and
where's Briganti from? Do you know how did she?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Or where's Aaron from?
I don't know. I mean, I thought, until we've heard of the old gods, I thought that the gods just were always, but if they weren't always, they must have started somewhere,
Either a jar or an egg or something.
right? You know, chicken or the egg. I just wonder if Safirith invaded Bokt, in the bloodbath of Bokt, and then at some point the Mists and Pierrup was trapped in Bokt. I wonder if maybe he wasn't meant to be in Bokt.
Well, from what you've all said, didn't seem like he was meant to be there. It seems like he was put there or trapped there.
Right. So his reach here maybe has been limited.
And maybe he's not the only one that's trapped somewhere in this world.
Right. Right. What is the 12th tower? Do you know?
Hold on, vamp. I've got to find my lore.
You would know that the 12th tower is very, very secretive. For those of you playing at home, unless you wish to explain all the towers right now, Michael, which I would love to hear that.
Yeah.
I could. Oh, do you want all the
Jesus
towers?
Christ, you got a multi-page fucking document. What the fuck?
Yeah.
While he's doing that, can I make a history check to think of like any other supernatural sort of worldly things that maybe would signify locations of other godlike beings?
Yeah.
Like- yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Disadvantage?
With disadvantage, yeah.
1's a 4, 1's a 6. Plus my 9, so 13.
13? Like, the great eel would have been one. Possibly, like, volcanoes erupting would have been one. The isles to the left of the map there that are unknown, they were said to have been one whole island, and then
Is
shattered.
that where we like zipped in, zipped out?
That's where you guys landed and then saw Severe and were like, oh, fuck! And then the storm zipped you away and dumped you on a waterfall, top of the Aurora Rapids there, as you kind of came down. And then you bamfed back somewhere else. Tortui, certainly, the big-ass person you saw as, these guys saw as they went over the top of Tortui. Each continent has an odd flair of the strange that might lead you to believe that there are gods there, but there's no specific locations that you can
Just
kind
like
of
an area of
pinpoint.
mass.
Yeah. How you doing there, Azorith?
I've got my knowledge right here. Well, so 12 point. I mean, it's a hub of magic. Each tower, is responsible for different forms of magic, such as conjuration, divination, enchantment. Other towers are a little more secretive in their nature, but the 12th tower itself is probably the one that the least amount of people know exactly what happens in there, but rumors were that it unlocked the true potential of your power. It was limited to being within the tower, so I'm not sure how one could go in, unlock their potential, and leave the tower with that power in hand. But yeah, there was stories of people going in and finding powers they didn't even know existed and leaving and not being able to get a grasp on them. But like I said, it's all rumors from that I know.
Right.
Can you take a look at the 11th tower as well for me?
Is it the true tower?
Mm.
But there's also another tower, the true tower. Here's
Is that something you should have read a while ago?
Oh, now I'm getting why some of the. Yep.
People at home, he's had this since he started playing this game with us.
This has to do with true names, which we're on our way. It's about to.
What do you mean this has to do with true names?
I don't know.
I've been right the whole time, but nobody listens to me.
Gavron,
Have we not?
Stand me up.
Send in your comments.
It's a new
Gavron,
form of
stand me up.
magic.
Did you just sort
Walk
of
me over to
forget
him.
about?
Whoa!
Wait, no, I'm just surprised that you waited this long to tell us about
There's a lot of towers here. I've read a bunch of them, but
There's 12, and you don't know one of them.
So wait, maybe the fish don't reveal your true name, but the fish revealed that the knowledge for the true name was in the. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
any other nonsense in there that can get rid of my tiredness?
I think well, probably between the 12th tower and the true tower. I think
the
you need.
Tower of Rejuvenation.
The spell you need is remove curse.
The
So wait,
tower of Make Aegis a God.
All right, true name. Start talking.
It's a newer form of magic. I don't know much. I had not a lot of dealings with those towers. They were all just by word of mouth. I was very
Fuck, had we
limited.
known we could have kept Daddy Dilf alive and asked him questions. I'm gonna go to sleep tonight. I can chase you across the fucking ground.
Right.
Wasn't gonna get us there quicker. We're on our way, anyways.
May have had answers.
Is there anything else you've been
I knew we shouldn't have trusted him.
waiting
Not
to tell us?
intentionally. Not intentionally.
Do you have zone of truth? Cast zone of truth.
I don't know if I have it prepared today. Fuck. I
All
could
right,
in
do
the
this old-fashioned
morning.
way. Gadron, stand me up again. After him.
No, I'm sure he'll just ask nicely.
What can you tell us about Tower of Truth?
That's it. It's something about true name. Inhabitants of this tower. There's not a lot of people that go in and out of that tower. I don't know much. All I know is there's a tower that has to deal with the true name, and if whatever this prophecy is of knowing your true name, I guess it's you find the answers in there. If
Well,
you go
now we
in.
know at least what tower to go to when we get there.
The 11th tower,
Yes.
Right.
but the 12th tower is where you unlock those powers.
Do you want to scroll down a little further? See
No,
if you
that's
got
it.
more notes. Okay.
That's it.
Are the towers built on any particular place of importance?
Not that I know of.
Right.
Michael scrolled it. No, I'm kidding.
I'm closing my notes now. No more answers. We figure out the rest on our own.
Shout out to you DMs there that feel my pain, have felt my pain.
I called that shit fucking months ago.
Well, guess we're going to sleep now.
Right. I might just... Agnar's just gonna, like, sort of into a little... Just slightly off from the group and kind of sit and pray,
Okay. Yeah.
holding her
Mm-hmm.
necklace. And
Mm.
as she prays,
Mm-hmm.
she lights some incense
Mm-hmm.
around her,
Mm-hmm.
sort of forms a kind of circle and a pattern
Yeah.
of the symbol of Brigantia. Oh, wait, no.
Communion.
Legend lore, but it needs ivory strips, which I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going and I'll use my
It needs what?
divine intervention.
Ivory strips.
Ivory. So good.
You know what I play.
No way.
Okay.
She'll do that part and like then realize she's missing a piece.
So you use divine
And
intervention
then
instead. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Brigantia, do you know
You did already use divine intervention to.
the previous day?
No, you used it today to.
No, I didn't. I used the rest of the
Oh,
gold
you used the
dust.
last
the
of
rest
the
of the
diamonds. Oh, I
diamond
thought
dust.
you used your divine intervention. Okay.
No,
Great.
no. Brigantia, what do you know about the Towers of 12 Point?
Beautiful. Excellent. You feel yourself ripped from the ground, flung into the air as
Holy
night
shit.
changes to day, rocketed across through clouds over the top of a sprawling city to the very kind of northwestern point of Safirith. And as you drop back down through the clouds, you hang there for a moment, and you see a ring of, almost like you're looking down on Isengard, a ring of towers with one in the central point. You would be flung through each tower like you're being like Sonic going around, so like rocketed through one. The first one you fling through, you would see mages dealing with shielding and abjuration effects. You would see transmutation matter being changed. You would see the conjuration of beasts and elementals and celestials and things like that. You would fling around to a tower where fortunes are told: the divination tower, the enchantment tower, the evocation tower, the illusion tower, the necromancer tower, where there are hordes and hordes of undead creatures that are brought up and then slaughtered, undead beholders, things like that. The time tower that is now mourning the loss of certified Dilf Damien Rift. You fling around to what is known as the Chimera Tower, and you would see an individual, elven individual, who... No? He's human? My bad. You would see a human individual that looks alarmingly a lot like Azorith working away there. Seems to be working with arcane slices and splicings of creatures and humanoid DNA. The mixing of genetics and magic.
I've talked about this before.
Then you would fling around to the true tower, where there are, towards the top, walls and walls of tomes and scrolls that seem to be kind of springing out of nowhere. Each time someone is born, a true name, a true name, a true name, a true name, a true name. And then you fling around to the 12th tower. As you fling around to the 12th tower, did all of you have that final vision with the eel, or was it just Aegis?
All of us did, didn't we?
I think everyone
You
did.
recognize that room that the exultant Queen Banrian spoke directly to your faces. And when she mentioned you by name, you heard the name was muted.
Yeah.
As you look upon this space, these towers made by mages long before Queen Banrian's reign, 3 of them stand out to you as important. The Chimera Tower, for Azorith's, what you suspect to be his father or his uncle or something.
It's creative.
This weird aberrant form of mixing genetic science with magic. The True Tower, with millions of names and more popping up by the second. Mages trying to figure out exactly how to use them, how to find their own. And the 12th tower that seems to crackle with pure power and seems to almost be completely abandoned. Does not seem to be anyone there, save for what looks to be an odd suit of living armor that you can't help but get the feeling of, like your guardian of faith, a protector of this tower. And as you whip through and find yourself near the top of the 12th tower, your vision and your understanding, your legend lore kind of crackles a bit, shatters and drops, and you find yourself in a Microsoft XP kind of Windows screen, beautiful green field, impossibly blue sky, and you would see Brigantia standing on the hill. Looks to be miles away. She opens her mouth. You can't hear what she says. As she opens her mouth again, you just hear her voice say, Don't go that far.
Whose power is it?
Which part, my dear?
The 12th tower. Where does it come from?
We did what we thought best. We didn't all agree, but we did what we thought was best for this world. Don't. Don't go there. It's best that you don't go there.
Best for who?
For you, for us, for the people. Maintain the status quo. Everything happens for a reason. But I'm telling you, you will not like what you find there. You will not like who you become. You will not like who they become. And your vision drops. Agenar sitting off there amongst incense. What are the rest of you doing before you bed down after this conversation? Or as a result of this conversation, perhaps, before Agenar comes back over, if she does?
Azorith is going over his notes, making sure he knows everything.
Dear diary.
I fucked up. They're so mad at me.
Gavron, anything?
Nothing in particular.
Okay.
I was just gonna.
This is beyond my scope.
It'll be more of a sort of meditation, sort of over the hours
Mhm.
of like setting up near the fire, jamming the haft of the axe into the ground, into
Thought
the
we were
sand,
jamming. Shit.
and just like having the axe like mirror reflection back at me.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of just gonna sort of enter. I don't know if I have any other. I didn't write any notes. I don't have any drug substances on me from a box, but I don't think I do. So I'm just gonna use sort of the amount of exhaustion I have,
Mm-hmm.
starting to play the horn,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe at times I'll cast on myself like dissonant whispers, which is
Okay. Yeah. Psychic.
vicious mockery. Sorry,
Oh,
on myself.
yeah.
Which is a cantrip.
You're a piece of shit. You're a fucking piece of shit.
Basically, yeah. And just like have have like the words of Callian, have the words of
Piet. Piet.
Piet, thank
Yeah.
you. And just like from like the training days and everything, like just like bombarding me. And then
Mm.
try and commune with the old one and with the seed of Paydup.
Okay.
And just kind of nothing has to happen, but I'm just kind of like trying to enter this trance where I can start to find answers.
Do me a favor. Roll a religion check for me.
Not strong on my end. At a 12 and a 15, so 12 plus 3, 15 total.
15 total. You tap into this this old one energy. Like a chill comes over your spine. Everything kind of shimmers. This is while everyone else is asleep, or this is before they bed
This will
down?
just be over the course of a night, like for the whole night.
Great. Cool.
So you can think about that if you want to finish up with people.
Yeah. Is anyone else doing anything before they go to bed? Before we have Aegis's elongated
Just calisthenics.
existential.
Mm.
Can't think of another word.
Communion.
Maybe Azorith would probably like, take a look at the timepiece of time.
Yeah.
Just
Teapot.
Time piece of
just
time.
take more of a in-depth look if things open, if there's like any kind of engravings or like a picture of someone, like something that personally
baby
ties Damien Rift to anything. And like I don't know if it was a gift or.
You would see that the timepiece has no like distinguishing marks except as you flip it over, the engraving on the back says, "To my dearest, you made time stop for me."
It's like etched in.
Etched in.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah, yeah.
Excellent. Bedtime. Are you?
Yeah, Agnar's just gonna ponder the
Gosh,
yeah
time flies when you're dropping law.
ponder the nature of 12 Point and knowing that her powers as a cleric are drawn from her god.
Mm-hmm.
And just what we've seen in Bokt with the powers of the tattoos and things actually being drawn from another being that had been trapped.
Yeah.
Just sort of wondering about what is the source of power for the wizards or the sorcerers.
Can
Were
you
they
roll an
wizards?
Arcana
They're-
or a religion check for me?
That one?
That one. Perhaps the wizards are drawing from the land. Perhaps they're learning. Perhaps they're drawing from Mathmathamwe, the god of magic. And it may cause you to think, am I drawing power from Brigantia? Or is Brigantia drawing power from me as a follower? That's all I can give you with a nat one. More questions rather than answers.
Yeah.
The rest of you bed down. Aegis.
At a certain point, I wish Caleb was here. Could I try and the sword across my lap as well, so their voices can be entering the medley
Sure.
And the pen.
and the pen.
And the pen.
No, I have the pen.
So no
Maybe the
pen.
pearls as well.
The pearls and the pen and everything.
Big old super voices.
You enter this trance-like state, and it begins with you there meditating. Serana. Well, Aegis, you look mighty sleepy there. Well, don't worry about it, bruv. I've got his back. If anything comes for him, I'll, if it swims, I can deal with it. As you hear them talking, I'm feeling a little cold. Tim Tam, are you fit? And you look down and you see this dark ooze coming from you, smothering the weapons. And you hear like the crushing of the trident and the crushing of Serana. As the ooze kind of swims out from you, you watch as it spills over your friends and starts to coat everything around you. Your focus, however, is you in the reflection, and ooze starts to come from your eyes and your beak. You move and you touch yourself, there's no ooze there, and the reflection does not change. It's kind of like a golem schmeagle. Schmeagle?
Yeah.
Smeagol.
Schmeagle.
It's like when people say pap schmear, and you're like, it's not a, you don't put it on a bagel.
It says pap schmear.
More people than you think. Maybe me. As you look at your reflection in the
blue
axe head
reflective
there,
axe,
you just hear, use the fear, use your strength. You've left him behind. Take us all. Reunite your brothers and sisters. And as you hear that, you watch as the inky blackness starts to lift, as if vines and trees are growing through it, like an inky black forest is building around you. You feel that split in your stomach once more. As you feel that split in your stomach, you feel it growing slowly, and this time you can't tell whether it's the tree or whether it's the great old one pearl splitting, perhaps both. As that pain starts to build, you would watch as the inkiness drops away from the trees, and you see what is basically the same forest in Bokt, in Lahias. This Boktian, these beautiful Boktian trees with the incredibly valuable bark and the timber. As everything drops, the darkness subsides and sucks back into you, and the trees themselves kind of shift into this enormous, almost like a visage. And as you look upon it, you would hear Pierre Roup's voice, a voice you haven't heard yet, say, "Brother, I'm going to join you all. Ari has a way for us to be what we are, to be what you said you were, what you said you become. And something sunders the Pierre-Roup face, and as the Pierre-Roup face drops behind it, the void mask of Orin is there. And as you see the void mask of Orin pushing through, the trees shrink back, like the power of this death kind of pushes it all back. And as the enormous kind of face looms over the top of you,
there you are.
Here I am.
That time.
You're getting awfully close, and I'm not going to lie, it's exciting. The others...
This is the first time you felt feared in a while?
Oh, I don't feel fear, honey. The others are scared. Life and death. If death comes, so be it. There's a reason we did what we did. And if you push against that, then this world will suffer.
I'll keep that under advisement.
Good.
What is my true name?
If I told you that, I'd be dead.
From who?
I think you know who.
Be seeing you.
We'll see about that. And the mask pulls away. And you come out of your trance as the morning light begins to rise. You come out of the trance as the morning light just begins to rise, like 4 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And as you come out of your trance, because of the dream, but also because you see where your axe is sitting is a humanoid standing there. And you feel a blade against your neck.
Good morning.
Where's your money? Where's your goods? We won't kill you if we don't have to. And as you look around, you see that there are 6 bandits. A knife to your throat, one of them in front of your weapon, and the rest kind of searching around these guys' belongings. Give us everything you have, and we'll leave you. Leave and leave your horses.
What particular thing do you want?
Your money, magic items, gems, anything you got. That one looks like a cleric, so we want her diamonds.
I wouldn't touch that one if I were you.
Yeah? Well, who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
I may just fit. Who are you?
None of your damn business.
Why not? You know, is what you do. Polite form of
Shut him
communication.
up before he wakes the others. You're going to stop talking now, or you're going to have a big old gash in your throat.
It wouldn't be the first time. Try it. See what happens.
He keeps talking. And make him shut up.
And with that, I'm going to jam my forehead onto the knife and turn into the Great Old One.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. You guys with disadvantage.
Oh.
Okay, excellent. 25 to 20?
Natural 20 for 22.
22. What is your dexterity?
2.
2, okay.
Oh, you did roll well. Oh, no.
Let me put it this way. 4 of them are before you.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I rolled as high as I possibly could.
I rolled 2 nat 20s, a 19, and a 17. For a 25, 23, 2 22s. And what'd you get? So 25 to 20? 22, 15? 19, excellent.
13.
13? What'd you get, Aegis?
Fucking amazing. I got 12.
So you're last again.
I'm always last. With disadvantage, I rolled a 19 and a 12.
Not too shabby.
I don't have a
Two
minus
nonsense.
1 anymore.
Excellent,
Take
excellent,
alerts?
excellent.
Huh?
Did you take
No,
alerts? No.
that feat sucks in the new remaster.
Yeah.
The remaster.
It was really good in the original.
I had
Plus
a
5.
neutral roll because I already have an advantage on initiative.
Beautiful. You turn into the great
I'm a
old one.
vagina.
What is the distance on that? 60 feet or 30 feet?
It is.
Oh,
I
wait.
was just looking at it. It is 30 feet.
30 feet. Excellent. So you're going to get everyone but one of them, the one that's near Agenar.
Cool. So
Alright,
DC
Agenar.
22.
And I said
DC
she was
22.
a little-
Wisdom.
Excellent. Wisdom?
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'm going to need some nat 20s here. Here we go.
Oh, would
I,
you?
I would have
a
come back
fail.
to sleep.
Should have slept
Yeah.
closer to the fire. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. Oops. Okay. Ooh, so close. Beautiful. Excellent. What does it look like when you turn into the great old one?
As I smash my face down on the knife, it like keeps going all the way through, and like my head like goes around their hand, and it starts to drip into these tendrils, like I saw the forest tendrils that I saw from the Great Old One,
Yeah.
and then wrapping around a face of Aaron. That's
Yeah.
kind of like slowly dripping, and the tendrils are just like holding the face up, but there's no feet because they can't walk. And it's just like the face of Aaron just like weirdly smiling at them.
Nice, nice, nice. They are all frightened as you take this form. They backpedal.
Friends.
As they start to freak out a little bit, we come to the very top of the round with our... is there anything new with frightened, or is it the same old, same old? I think it's the same old, same
I
old.
think it's the same old.
Can't approach and disadvantage on attack rolls. Yeah, beautiful. The crime lord captain the bandit crime lord is going to backpedal immediately. He is going to like whip out a similar pistol to what Etterath used to have. He is going to bonus action deadly aim to cancel out his disadvantage, and he is going to take a shot with the pistol. That is a 23 to hit you.
That hits.
Okay.
Even if I have my shield out.
Oh boy, this is actually going to be a big old hit. As that fires off, that is going to be 6 points of piercing damage. And where are we? Here we go. 6 points of piercing damage plus 6 piercing plus 32 points of poison. The pistol fires off. He then freaks out and takes 2 scimitar attacks against you at disadvantage. The first one, he swings and drops his pistol on the ground. The second one, he swings and almost drops his scimitar on the ground. As he swings and panics, directly opposite you, his second in command is going to backpedal. He is going to gasp, and as he gasps, there is a flash of light as he smacks 2 strips of weird, like, tacky material together. I need you to make a real quick con saving throw, as does his boss.
Disadvantage, I assume. Not good. 5 plus my saving, so 15.
You are blinded, but as a result, the rest of you wake up. You are still prone, but you are awake. You are going to take, as is the Bandit Lord, you're going to take 8, 9, 10, 11 points of radiant damage, Aegis, as does the leader there. And as he takes that, he says, "What will you swing at that?"
They're turning on you.
As he does that flash, he is going to...
God of death comes.
Blinded. Yeah, you're blinded. That's it. That is going to be their turn, leading us to the 2 that are around you, Gavron. They immediately look up at Aegis here. As they look up at
their
Aegis.
spaces all around looking at everybody individually.
As they look up at Aegis, they are going to fire off pistols at you, Aegis. They are just freaking out like this eldritch monster has suddenly appeared. The first shot to hit is going to be a 9.
Miss.
The second shot to hit is going to be a 10.
Miss.
The third shot
Just
to hit
holes in
is
my-
going to be an 11.
Miss.
And the fourth shot to hit is going to be another 11.
I just eat the last bullet. A tooth comes down.
Crackling gunfire that echoes out over the plains here. That is going to be their turn, finally bringing us down to you, Gavron, prone, awake. You see these 2 individuals over you, like firing over the top as you wake up and look. Is this the first time Gavron's seen you like this?
Yes, I think so.
You see
Good
this-
morning, Gavron.
Nice.
We've got company.
You know, maybe you pumped a little too much. We'll talk about that later.
What would you like to do?
Gonna stand up.
Beautiful.
Gonna look at the 2. Sort of before they're like over top me, and it's
And now you're like,
he just slowly looms up.
Yeah.
You guys really fucked up this time.
As bonus action, I will politely rage.
Excellent. A polite rage.
Excuse me one moment.
And then I'm gonna I'll do 1 attack into both.
Oh, I'll make these saving throws for the 4 guys that just ended their turns to see if they break the... what's the wisdom save for your...
22.
22. So the leader drops. No, the leader does not drop it. They're still all terrified.
With this plus 10 charisma?
Yeah.
Okay. So both these will be reckless, but I will use my first reckless attack to do a brutal strike.
Okay.
So I will forego the advantage on it to
Okay.
get an extra D10.
Beautiful.
That'll be on that guy.
Go for it. You
And then the
swing.
second one.
Yeah.
That is a 19, which is a critical hit for me.
Beautiful. That's a crit. So
Hey.
go ahead and do your damage for
Ooh.
that first hit there.
Times 2 is 30 plus 11 is 41 points
Cut
of
that guy in
damage.
half.
That's big math.
He drops to the ground, instantly dead.
And you thought you were going to take us out? Laughable.
If you want to go ahead and drop him.
I think I sort of do it, then I go,
Oh, I thought you guys were going to be stronger.
Not with guns.
oh well. Second one will then be 27.
That hits.
Oh, that's a big hit.
Tries to parry.
That one will only be 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Excellent.
You pull back a little bit because you're a little scared now.
It's like,
Sorry.
You slice
Yeah.
one in half. You hit the other one, like very badly wounding them.
I'm not even trying to hit you that hard.
Anything else you want to do?
I'm just sort of got to take the axe out and go. You guys can still run.
Beautiful. That is going to bring us down to what is? Oh, Agenar. I just wrote A, and I'm like,
Yeah.
for fuck's sake, that could
Oh,
be
what do you mean?
Agenar, it could be Aegis, it could be Azorith. What have
I'm
I
at the
done?
end. It's not me.
Agenar, what would you like to do as you wake up? Guy above you, a woman above you with what looks to be a scimitar and a light crossbow, and is just like not looking at you, just kind of pointing the crossbow like shakingly at Aegis. And as you wake up, you just watch her go. You hear, and she kind of looks across at at Gavron, and it's like,
apologies. I thought you guys were going to be tougher than that.
what would you like to do?
Briganti, protect me. And she's gonna just like clutch at her her amulet, cast Shield of Faith,
Yeah.
and then as an action, roll over and grab her actual shield as well.
Nice. Excellent.
So that should. Yeah, that's all.
Good stuff. Can I get the two of you to roll intimidation checks with advantage?
Does that cancel me out? So I'm beat
Yes,
flat.
it does,
Fuck.
yeah,
I
flat.
rolled an at 20 and a 14. I'll roll a single die this time. That's a 14. Plus my intimidation. You want to know what that is now?
Mm-hmm.
Plus 12. Oh, no, plus 14? Plus 14. 28.
28.
That is a 20.
Beautiful.
If I fail, I can add a d10.
The one near Agenar, movement and action, just sprints away 60 feet. The one near you, Azorith, the very young-looking dude, kind of looking up at these two. Never mind. I wasn't here. So they both run 60 feet like away, heading towards like the coast kind of
Scappy.
area. So if you want to go ahead and take them,
Ooh.
just that way. Yeah.
Oh, that's near. That was too far away.
This way?
Yeah, they're moving away from Aegis, yeah. Excellent. Beautiful. As they run away...
Don't run, come back, have fun.
yeah, go ahead and... yeah. Doesn't really matter. They're away as they're running. That will bring us down to Azorith there.
Seeing the guy run off, and Azorith's gonna get up and dust himself off and kind of look around. Are we doing this?
Honestly, they're a lot weaker than I thought they were. I think we can just sort of let them.
Do the ones around Aegis, do they look like they're...
They look terrified. And like reflexively, you gotta understand that between him becoming the great old one kind of eldritch thing and them hitting him, that was a matter of like 2 seconds. And now they've kind of stopped and Gavron has just gone.
Oops.
Everyone gets one mistake. I assume this not your first.
All right, let's take no more mistakes here. And he's just gonna pull out his wand and be like, right, let's. And I'm gonna hold a lightning bolt on this guy.
Okay, beautiful.
There's this like crackling, or it's
Excellent.
crackling. It's chaotic energy.
If he attacks, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
beautiful. That is going to bring us down to you, Aegis. There are two within reach of you still because they have not had the chance to run yet.
Amazing. I'm just gonna hit them twice. I think.
Okay. Go for it.
Do I want to do that? Yeah, sure. Is it with my axe or is it with just like I think it doesn't actually say how I attack with this Eldritch Horror.
The Eldritch Horror thing just gives you the form. It doesn't give you the any attacks or anything.
Right. So Strand will whip out, grab the axe in the air, and like lightning saber it around me.
Yeah.
And just like whipping around. And I'm going to attack the ball guy in front of me.
The leader or
Yeah.
the... Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, the leader, the one that shot me.
Yeah,
Disadvantage?
yeah.
Oh no. That's a 5 plus. Click on actions. 5 plus 15.
15 misses. Not by much, though.
fuck. It whips over his head. And then I'm going to come back and do a maneuvering strike on the guy behind me.
Yeah.
And try and push him into the fire.
The guy who did the flash.
Yeah.
Oh, you're blinded, by the way. Oh, it's the disadvantage anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And then just like, so I do my attack to see if it hits. Oh, not one. Nat 1.
For a total of
11.
11, yeah. 11's going to miss. With a nat 1, the kind of the eldritch inkiness does like a loop around that guy and a loop around that guy and then a loop around Azorith. And if you can go ahead and pull Azorith into that square right between
What is happening?
down one where that sack is, basically. Kind of tugs him into melee range of both Aegis and this guy here.
Hey, just careful, it's me.
Because I don't know who it is, that's all I'm gonna do as my attacks bonus action. I believe I can't do anything like intimidate. No, bardic inspiration. If you say it's me, I'm just like, oh, sorry. You're doing great, fabulous. You like close combat and give you bardic inspiration. I fucking hate it. But you can use it for defense as well.
Okay.
Excellent. Here's what's going to happen. We come down to the Crime Lord. The Crime Lord, panicking, is going to fire off another shot at Aegis as he's stepping back. Aegis, your blindness is still there.
Can't see him, so I don't take my attack of opportunity.
Yes. That is at disadvantage, that is a 16 to hit you.
Yes.
Excellent. At that shot, go ahead and dexterity saving throw for him. That is a 21 dexterity saving throw.
That saves.
So go ahead and give me your, as you try to fire a lightning bolt, your wand kind of.
Roll what?
What do you fire off at him?
Rolls.
Gatling gun.
That's a 3, and that is fire damage.
A line of fire courses out. Go ahead and roll your 8d6 for me, and
It looks like a rad heavy metal festival right now.
yeah,
With the Eldritch
like a
Horror and fire.
Rammstein sort of thing. Yeah.
We just need someone.
25 halved to 12 points of damage there. He's looking bruised, and he is backing off as he fires that gun once.
Actually spinning. Yeah.
Sorry, he scoops up the gun and then fires it once. I'll say that's 2 of his actions there. He's then going to backpedal, and he is going to take... Bandit gives advantage. Yeah, he can move. Beautiful. If you want to go ahead and take him back 30 feet, please. Just to the very corner of the map. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. And he's just going to fire off one more shot at you. Just misses. 2 shots, firing off, backing away.
Axe just swings around and pings the bullet off.
That is going to bring us to the guy behind you. He is just going to, he's a little bit smarter. He is going to disengage, and he is going to sprint directly away from you, running past like Agenar on the ground there. So back towards, yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. Sprinting away there. As they start to scatter, that will bring us down to 1 dead on the ground, the one right in front of you, Gavron, that has the axe wound in their side. They are going to just kind of like hold the pistol up to you there.
I believe in you. Come on, you got this. No. Come on. Come on. Right here. Come on, you got this.
Drops a pistol. Run. No disengage.
I'll punch them.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll, please.
Just in the back of the head.
It's like a reflexive thing where
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, fuck.
with a punch that'll be a 29.
29 hits, yeah.
And we're doing d4s for punches, you said, or are we just doing the 1 plus strength?
It's up to you. I think you've got your unarmed strike is just 8.
Yeah.
So we'll just go with that. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. You
I don't want it to be lethal.
Yeah.
I'll just do non-lethal, just like
lands on the ground, unconscious, out cold. That is going to bring us down to you, Gavron.
Are we going? Are we?
They are just, they're not, they're like now that they've had their shots and they're like 30, 60 feet away, they're like putting their weapons and going into full sprint. So if you want to chase them, you can.
No, I think any of them drop their weapons sort of around us.
Just these guys that are dead and unconscious, yeah.
I'm going to pick up their stuff and sort of politely put it in a little pile beside the unconscious one.
Great. Agenar, anything you want to do?
Agnar's gonna peek out from behind her shield and see the destruction and just slowly stand up.
Okay, great.
Dripping mask of aura and laughing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
The other
on the guy
bandits
running away.
Yeah, the other bandits continue to run as we come down to Azorith, and then a vicious.
Azorith seeing the guy run away, pull out the pistol, Etterath's pistol. And like, I think this is the only time I'm probably gonna use this.
Yeah,
I'm trying to line up a shot. Very
the boss man.
Yeah, he never really held a pistol before, so he's kind of like he's standing not really properly. He's like kind of leaning back,
Doing
on
like
him.
teacup holding. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and shoot a.
This reaction seems out of proportion.
Well, I want to, they're attacking us in our sleep. We're gonna send a message sometimes.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll. It will be at disadvantage because I think he's out of range.
It's 60 feet, so.
I'll say he's right on the edge of range.
Depends. Yeah. Okay.
That guy should be 30. He said he moved because he did his attacks and then moved.
They've got bonus action
Oh, okay.
dashes. Yeah, because they're sneaky.
So
players.
disadvantage?
That's how they snuck up on you. No, flat roll. It's right on the edge.
7.
7.
We got one of these too.
Don't come back! He ducks, gives you the finger. You do a vicious mockery. What do you need from me? Is it a saving throw?
Saving throw, yes.
Wisdom. That is a
22.
That is a fail. Yeah.
Okay, 3d6. As in his head, he just hear. Oh, I rolled like garbage.
Okay, great.
8 points of damage.
Very close to death as you hit him with that.
Yeah, he just hears in his head. It's like, if you're gonna sneak up on someone, do it properly.
He shouts out. He goes, "The sneaking wasn't the problem." And you watch as they all sprint away. You're left as the morning kind of rises. Your horses are only just like waking up now to whatever's going on, and you guys are here at camp. This is a clear example of what Luke said he loves, is when you level up and the bad. These were like level 3 baddies, and you guys demolished them with a severed corpse and an unconscious individual there. I hand it over to you guys after your long rest.
What happened here?
I thought they were going to be stronger.
Well,
Not everyone is as big and powerful as you. How long am I blind for?
You're out.
But probably at the same time, my old power drops as well. It doesn't have a time limit. I assume it's
Your
1
blind
minute.
drops before the old power. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As the face melts into the ground and I reform, like coming out of this blob, like, ooh, that was quite a fun wake up.
oh, that's cool.
And then I'll collapse onto the ground again and go, fuck, I have more time than I thought. I'm just gonna sit here for an hour.
You don't want to ride? You want to mount up and ride on?
I mean, does everyone feel rested?
I feel great.
Feel pretty rested.
You grab your bedroll and move it away from the blood pouring from the guy that's cut in half. You all got a long rest
We got a
technically
long
before
rest.
this, but just mark off your long
Okay.
rest now. You barely used anything, so mark off a long
Well,
rest.
I might just I just
for
need a moment to prepare things for the day, and then we can go.
Okay.
What do we do with this fellow? Just leave him? Or?
Well, I was sort of going to take the body maybe a little bit off.
Okay, great. There's no like trees or anything.
yeah.
It's just barren. Yeah, there are a couple of dips and kind of valleys that
I'll
you
sort
know,
of-
little ditches you might be able to.
I'll dig a little.
Okay, great. Yeah,
And
yeah.
sort of-
axe your way in and dump him in. Yeah, beautiful.
That's what I'll
I'll see if they belong to any. If there's any any item or thing
Yeah.
on this person that might suggest that they belong to a crime family or something.
Make an investigation
organization.
check. Yeah.
Can I do a short rest while all this is going on?
You can absolutely do a short rest while this is going on. Yeah, for sure.
17.
17. Beautiful. As you fish through the pockets of this guy, you don't find any explicit like, we belong to this faction, da 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 da. But what you do spot, what you do find is clear evidence that they are their lodgings are, you know, like from Oyer, but like once upon a time, like an old like driver's license that expired a long time ago. Like they once might have lived in the city of Oyer, and you would find a. What did you roll? 17?
Yeah.
You would find a. What's going to be the most? Trying to figure out where he's been and what he would still have on him. Both of them. You would find a matchbook for some sort of like tavern-esque place, like a tavern that gives out these matchbooks. The tavern itself doesn't really ring a bell. It has almost like a speakeasy kind of look to the kind of the stamping of it. But on the back in little letters, you would just say "Made in Oyer," and then like a little trademark that just says "Rackhold."
That's curious.
Okay.
The guys we made fun of.
All those many, many, many moons ago.
You're able to take your short rest.
Great.
You're able to pick your spells, and after an hour, getting like the sun's just beginning to rise. Now you had the early morning light. Now the sun's rising. Fire is out. After an hour, our unconscious person regains a hit point and goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would
Wrap
have
'em,
left
tie 'em.
them like a no.
Oh, cool.
Nope. I would let them sitting there with like all their stuff very nicely
Okay,
packed
yeah.
and a little letter on top.
Okay.
And the letter says, sorry for cutting your friend in half. Make better life choices.
Okay. So if you guys are taking a short rest, you're technically still there when they wake up.
Yeah.
Okay. They wake up.
Oh, good. You're awake.
Read the note.
Do you want some medicine checks?
Please don't touch me.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, you're all good.
You we'll hold up the little matchbox. You work for the Rackholds, or this is just a?
I've done a little work for the Rackhold Syndicate, yeah, back in Oyer. Oyer got a bit weird, so moved out and started looting.
Make sure you ask next time to touch your victims like we just asked you. It's proper. Wake them up and say, "Can I touch you?" And you know,
Oh, enthusiastic consent.
yes,
Okay.
before you steal and rob them.
Okay. Is anything else?
Get stronger,
You look-
friends.
I was gonna say you look really, really bad. I'm gonna take off one of my minor healing potions and hand it to them. I'll gently put it on the ground. Take a step back.
Is this the first time you've been stood up in this line of business?
Yeah. Usually the boss handles it all, and we stand over the semi-strong ones. Usually, you get the boss and the second in command scaring the shit out of them, and we don't usually have to do much. Okay.
I was just taking your stuff and maybe leaving.
Okay. And they just kind of back away.
Don't forget your bag.
He's got a handful of shit. And he backs away. And you just watch him for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. He doesn't turn his back. Stumbles a little bit, but he's just keeping his eyes on you guys, scared that if he turns around, something might happen.
went that way.
Okay.
Still
Just
going.
keeps backing away.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Fredo.
Well, I don't think there's much about that. It's just some poor blokes who looking for a quick score.
Right.
Oopsies.
Perhaps we should
I'm on the horse. Thank you.
always keep one of us on watch.
Well, I thought someone was on watch, but
I thought it'd
Right.
be more fun that way. I
I
saw
mean-
them coming. No, I didn't. I'm lying. I'm sorry. They snuck up on me. I was in a whole world of shit in my own mind. It's yeah.
Right,
sorry.
you haven't slept in a while, so perhaps, you know.
You're not feeling worse, are you?
No, I'm feeling pretty good.
Feeling just tired.
Right.
Yeah.
All right,
Had a
shall
good
we?
communion with the universe.
Oh.
The universe as a whole.
This could
Let's
be.
walk and talk.
I was gonna say this could be on. This could be on. This could be on.
sit and
This could be on
Horseback.
horseback as
Yeah.
you guys move on. Yeah.
And I told them about my dream as we walk.
The every
Into the
detail,
distance.
everything that's said, everything that happened.
Everything but I'll say Arden made an appearance. But I mean, was it just hallucinations? Or was it the real thing? You'll never know. Arden, if that was actually you, give me a sign.
Is that a good idea?
Nah, what's he gonna do? Smite us? He would have smoten us by now if that was what he was gonna do. Smite me, almighty smiter, I think was a line from The Simpsons.
You're tempting
Yeah,
many
you
things.
think I haven't been tempting fate up until this time? If anything, I've been spitting into the eye of fate right now.
Or doing exactly whatever fate is wanting us to do.
Exactly.
Grey skies as you gallop on.
Gonna clear up.
I would love to know, as you ride closer and closer to territories you may remember, what's going through Azorith's head at the moment.
He's feeling he's definitely feeling anxious and anxious, but I think the anxiousness is it's overshadowed by a sense of a purpose, of a reason for coming back, and kind of believing that reason is sort of softening the blow. I think he's kind of breathing his way through, like, okay, we're in Severe. Okay, we're gonna face, the past will come up, and so I think he's kind of steeling himself for that, and yeah, but not wavering. I think he's feeling pretty sure in the direction that they're going and why they're doing it, or and feeling okay with whatever the outcome might be, if it's failure or if it's success. He kind of always expected his life to come back to this point in some form.
Right. Okay. As you guys gallop
He's
on,
got his hood up.
galloping on wastelands, you can see the telltale signs of a little bit of greenery that indicates that there is a river or waterway not too far ahead. You ride for another handful of hours.
Agnar's going to be reading her book.
Yeah, while you're
whilst
riding.
Writing.
Okay. Yeah.
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 Keeping an eye out.
You
Save
spend
it.
this day riding. As you spend this day riding, once the sun goes up and overhead, standout moments would be birds flying overhead, then something enormous like a rock or something, possibly kind of flying just past, unconcerned by the lot of you. But no sign of any other people there is no road, but on the same kind of riding path here. As you ride along, you may see people in the distance, but they pay you no mind. You pay them no mind. The odd kicking up of dust. As you're riding along, Agenar, heading towards this river, ocean on your left, there's like an oasis-like shimmer off to the right-hand side, sorry. And as you kind of ride in the direction of it, it kind of moves with the terrain. Completely empty terrain. Until out of nowhere, all of you see this beautiful white stone building just appear right beside you guys. Has almost a hospital-like quality to it. And as it appears out of nowhere, you're no more than like 60 feet away from it. You gallop for a little bit, and then as you leave, it disappears.
Should we have stopped?
Yeah.
Turn around.
You turn around. you trot towards empty ground, and almost like you're walking through a cloak of invisibility, this white stone hospital-like building in front of you with high walls. And that is where we're going to leave our session.
Leader of the Mind Flare.